Hey guys, this is Matt with the Milwaukee Road, Charleston Division. Quick layout update. I have gotten a lot done. Not as much as I wanted to, only because we ended up having a tropical storm come in last weekend, and my man cave outside got flooded, so I had to rip up the wood floor out there. But I wanted to get this done before the next tropical storm hit us. Again, we're in a warning for that one, so want to get this up before we get flooded again and I have to do other work. And also wanted to get this up because Friday I'm going in for knee surgery, so figured I'll be out for a while. So as soon as I am up and mobile, I can then do another layout update. But here's this one so far. While I was working on some stuff, I did have a small little accident. One of the drills that I had ended up falling and crushing the side of this hopper, so that's now in the shops to get repaired. We'll see what I'm able to do to fix it. Some new stuff that I got. I have a total of 5 packs of these. I'll try to get a good one. There they are. They are the 6-pack 4-bay hoppers by Broadway Limited for Milwaukee. I have 2 sets that are copies, but hey, you know what? In a long unit train, no one's really going to notice the numbers being the same. But I got those. Still have to get these pictured and put into the computer. I got a cell phone tower in, and then I have a little fence right there just to kind of enclose it. I know that it doesn't fit the time period, but it looks cool. I wanted something there, so that's why it's there. Moving on from that, now I did do a lot of cleaning. I cleaned up a lot of stuff that was on top of the layout from my last layout update. You can see it's a lot cleaner on the top. I still have some stuff I have to put away, but I wanted to have it cleaned up so I have more of an idea of what I'm going to do. And this is actually going to be my holder for all my little cards. My idea for this is having like 4 or 5 different ones of these made, and I'll show you what I mean with this. So what I'm going to have, and this one is for that factory right there. So it's going to have the name at the top, the pickups, which will be those 2 box cars right there. So I'll have those numbers and what they're hauling on the lines right there for the pickups and what they're hauling. Then what cars I have to set out and what they're hauling, or if they are empty. So then that way, when I go through, all that I have to do is, in that binder, each siding that has these cards will have a slot, so that way, when I want to do a quick operation, I can go through this and pick out, just random cards that, for all the industries, and so then that way, it'll be a random assortment that I have to dispatch from the yard. Like this factory, it gets, box cars, but it might get a flat car, might get a oil tanker, just different things like that, just to kind of, help with the realism. So that's my idea with that. Moving on from here, as you can see, I still have some stuff I have to put away. My little building right there is actually out to get painted now, so that's one thing I'm waiting on. Now, before my surgery this week, if the storm isn't too bad tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and order the backdrop for here, as well as the backdrop over there behind the city. So then that way, that's all done. And then the backdrop on the opposite side of this side, so it would be on that side. So then that way I'll have all the backdrops done, and then hopefully after knee surgery I can put them up and then start working on all the scenery. But moving on, I ended up getting some new lights. The holes didn't quite work out, but all that they are 2 LEDs, and that way, they kind of go over, shine down in certain areas, so that way, as you can see with the one right there, there, and the one right here, this area right here will all get illuminated, and then I've got one back there, as well as the flat car facility I've got there and there, so that way, it kind of covers that. One change that I have done, the mine no longer has Clinchfield Railroad. It's all Milwaukee Road. So those are more of those Broadway Limited hopper cars. So I think it looks nice. It looks kind of cool. It was just something that I wanted to do, so I got that done. Coming along here with the yard, I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to place all the cars, what cars are all going to go in the yard. So still working on that. Then as far as the farm, I still have to get the cow pasture as well as the weather vane finished up. Now on the house, I did order some detail parts. I have the, this will focus, there we go, TV antennas that'll go on the top of the house. And then in between the 2 windows right there, I have this pergola set, and I'm going to put one of those on the side of the house and then put some polyfiber on the side to make it look like some ivy growing, and put some flowers on it, just to kind of give it a little bit more detail. I've got the rusted out car there, the little camp scene going on, and then some more deer right there, as well as right there. Excuse me. Then right over here, I ended up putting some static grass along, so that way it's kind of looks a little bit more finished. I still have to paint the ceiling tanks and the boxes. But moving on from that, I have my other cell phone tower right up there. I just wanted to add some little extra detail, and that looked like that would fit. So I know it doesn't fit the era, but I think it looks good. So in this back corner, I've gotten the scenery done. Excuse me. So as you can see on the side of the general store, I've got the ice machine as well as the Coca-Cola soda dispenser. That's what I'm going to use for my crossings right there. And as far as the quad graphics, now this is going to save... I did this to save trees and save money on having to buy more trees or make them. In this corner, those 3 are the only deciduous trees that I have. As you can see, it's an empty area back there, with the exception of those 5 pine trees. So then that way, as you can see from this area, just kind of has the illusion that the forest continues, from there all the way back. I got some picnic tables, over there, and I'm going to put some people around that. But just kind of helps so I don't have to use as many trees. As far as this area, this is going to be my next. I still have to sand all the roads down, paint them. This one I actually had to fix where the road was. As you can see from there, I had to move over just so that it would match up with the backdrop. Then I have a station right here that is going to get built up, and it's going to be an abandoned maintenance away for Wisconsin Central. So I've got that. I plan on putting that fence in where I had the my ribbon fence, for shows. So I'm going to take that out and put a real fence in. I moved the water tower over to here just to kind of give a little bit more in this area. But, like I said, I'm still waiting on ordering the backdrop for there. Hopefully I'm going to get that ordered before my surgery. But going from there, the only other thing that I've worked on was the apartment structure. I've got all the grounds painted. And then right here, I'm going to have the Woodland Scenics Backyard Barbecue. so that way, because anyone who's ever lived in an apartment knows you can't have a barbecue, so they always have a designated area for them. So I'm just going to do that. Other than that, that's as far as I've gotten. I'm still working on the track back there. My next goal is to get the bridge up over there. But that's as far as I've got. And I've got to install DCC in all my engines, because that's my newest thing right now. Is I took all the DC power packs out and I've put in Digitrax DCC. So I still have to cut all the holes for where the panels are going to go in, but I've got them spaced out, hooked up, and testing out the system. So gonna get that done, and get the backdrops up, get some more scenery done, and hopefully soon I'll be running trains on the DCC and doing operations. So that's all I've got for now. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you on the next one. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. I appreciate anyone who subscribes to me. I'm going to say in advance, I apologize for not getting another video up after this right away, only because of having to go in and have knee surgery. So with that being said, that's all I've got. Oh, one last thing. My cantilever signal bridges have all been packed up and shipped out to a guy who's installing the LEDs as needed, and then as soon as I get those back, I'll hook that up into the Digitrax system and get all the signals operational. So again, thanks, and I'll see you on the next layout update. Have a good one.